What's up gamers, welcome back to Phantom Forces. Today we'll be covering every new weapon added by the Independence Day update that released, well, a few days ago. Starting off, we have the C25, which is basically just a reskinned M4. It is also a rank 0 weapon, so that's neat. It's a weapon that everyone can have, and it's actually the only low rank weapon added. It's basically just a slightly worse version of the M4. It has 32 base damage compared to the M4's 35 base damage, and its damage drop off is a little bit more severe. Other than that though, there really isn't that much change to this. It's really just a reskinned weapon. But if you like the look of this, which is closer to an AR-15, other than that though, there really isn't much to this. So what we have now is a new DMR, which is the R1022. It being in the DMR category is frankly a bit strange, considering that this thing is 22 LR, so it's not going to be doing much damage at, well, any range. The good thing is that, of course, it has like no recoil, which is to be expected out of a 1022. Oh my goodness, I got a kill with hipfire. That's actually kind of insane. So yeah, the R1022 is a bit of an interesting weapon. It actually doesn't have as low damage as you would think. It has 28 damage, which doesn't seem that low until you realize it's a DMR. It's supposed to do a lot of damage. Like, for example, compared to the Mark 20, which does 55, or like any DMR does far more damage than this. So it's not bad. It's just I don't think it belongs in the DMR section. Speaking about all the problems with the R1022, we have this, the RCS 1022, which is basically the same gun but with lower mag capacity. It has a smaller mag, and it's in the sniper category instead of the DMR category. Why did they do this? I really don't know. It has a damage of 28, which it's slightly more than the normal R1022, but like nowhere near enough to what a sniper should be. For context, this thing can't even one-shot to the head. Something that pretty much every sniper can do, this thing cannot do that. It gets close, but it really cannot do that. And of course, it has no penetration because it's a 1022. This gun was made for two types of people. One are stupidly high skill people who generally don't do anything outside playing the game. And I just got a kill somehow. I guess that guy was already hurt. And masochists who like to suffer while they play. So let me see if I can get this guy somehow. That's the thing that makes it usable. It has a stupidly high headshot multiplier, which is the only thing that saves this thing, because as you saw, body shots do the same damage, if not worse. Is that guy blind? I guess he is. So yeah, it's technically usable due to its stupidly high headshot multiplier, but I would not recommend it. Now what we have here is the MK12 SPR. It really looks like just a premium version of the MK11. It has 33 damage, which is pretty decent. And hold on, let me see if I can find anyone. It looks nice, but I don't really see. This is just a general problem with Phantom Forces, that there's like a billion AR based platforms. This is not a bad gun by any means. It's pretty decent. If I don't get immediately blasted by someone in the head. So it's okay. There's really not much point to it. So is it super special? No, not really. But if you land your shots correctly, it is a pretty decent weapon. Not much more to say about it, it's just another AR styled DMR. Next up is the Timberwolf sniper rifle. It's, you know, a sniper rifle. Has decent stats. It has a really weird damage curve though. As you can see, it actually increases in damage for a bit to about 60 studs range, then it drops off. This is a very strange gun. But, you know, other than that though, it's not that special. It does have good damage at 60 studs, which is 90 damage. That's pretty nice. But, you know, snipers are made to shoot at the head, and it has decent body shot damage too, but, you know, that's normal for most snipers. You know, except a certain piece of trash. But, you know, we have things like the AWM, which do 100 damage at anything below 50 studs. So it's not bad, it's pretty decent. You can actually do really good because of that 90 damage body shot opportunity. So yeah, it's not that special, but it does have some pretty interesting qualities, which can make it a pretty different gun to play, which makes it more entertaining. So that's nice. Next up, we have the Reaper LMG, which is a very interesting weapon. You see, it looks, you know, normal. But when you go and look at the stats, which, okay, that's a cool animation. But, you know, when you go to check the stats, you will find that it has a very interesting damage model. In that it does ridiculously high damage at close range, which is nice. You don't get a lot of bullets though, because for some reason they don't have like an ammo box, so you know you have like 20 rounds. So it's kind of like more of a battle rifle. It's a very strange weapon, and I guess the ammo thing is done for game balancing, because this thing would be super OP if it had, you know, like 50, 100 bullets. But then maybe, I don't know, it's very strange. It's a very strange weapon. It is pretty good though. You can basically liquefy people at close range, you know, if you aim. Interesting fire rate too. It's really not bad, it's just really high rank. What we have up next is the RM277, which is a battle rifle, and it's at rank 277. So, you know, it's a really high rank weapon. It comes with an integrated suppressor. I forgot I didn't have an automatic. So, again, it has one of these really interesting damage models where it actually goes up for a bit, then down. This is a really strange way to design the gun. I don't know why they would do this, because this is not like like the gyro carbine or anything. This is, you know, normal bullets. So, and actually, you know, for starting, it doesn't have great damage, but it does go up to decent. It's a really strange way to make these guns. I don't know why they make it like this. So, you know, it's a nice weapon, but it really is not special, like, at all. So yeah, it's decent. It's actually, I go ahead and say it's pretty good. It does have some pretty high recoil though, but it makes sense for its caliber. It is not that special though. It does its job about as well as any other battle rifle. Again, you would get this to play into the very strange and unique damage models. You wouldn't use this for, like, you know, if you like normal guns that do work normally. And last but not least, a brick. There is now a brick in the game, in the one hand blunt section, so you know you can just hit people with a brick. So with all that being said, that would be pretty much every new weapon added. There's been some remodels too, but you know, nobody cares about that. And no new balance changes, so yeah, that's pretty much it for this update. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me if you want to see more Final Forces content in the future. I am Patraxis, signing out.